What's up, guys? My name is Splattercat, and we're here at the Nerd Castle today asking one simple question. Do you like zombie carnage? Because that is what we are on the road for right now. As you can tell, for once in life, we are headed out, strapped like a bondage gimp, just all kinds of crazy weapons. We have so many guns and bullets on us that it's absurd, so we are maxed out on our weight right now. I've got a shotgun and about 30 rounds, and we're going to come up here and see if we can clear out some of these guys from the neighborhood. That's really what I would like to do, is either go up to the area to the northwest where all of the buildings are, all the corporate type chains are, like the little buildings for the Waffle House, the laundromat, all that kind of stuff, and see if we can clear that region, or if we can just clear around our house down here. Now, I'm not really compelled to clear around the house down in this area, simply because we aren't planning on living here for very long. This isn't going to be our final destination. We actually have other plans in mind, but for the time being, let's go ahead and we're going to head towards the Waffle House. We're going to see what kind of damage we can do to the groups of zombies there. I am going to be trying to move as quietly as possible as we go through here, so I'm going to try to attract as little attention as possible. I apologize for these singular videos every day. It's been one of those weeks where I was just tired, to be honest. Just really, really tired at the end of last week, so I was like, you know what, I need to take a couple days. I need to recharge my batteries because all this wanton just enthusiasm doesn't come from the sky. I have to conjure it. I have to conjure it with magic and also spellcraft. But in any case, let's go ahead and see if we can get down in here. Apparently Dango or Rango or Vango, I don't know who signed that wall, but it rhymes with Ango. Let's see what's going on down here and see who we can gather up. I'm actually going to run past all of these because I would like to group them up. From what I understand, zombies do not respawn, and so as we whack them all, and I almost said as we whack them all off, that would have been a very poor choice of words, but as we whack all the zombies, we should be able to get ourselves into a little bit better of a situation. Now, we can loot the zombies. It's not something that I normally resign myself to the tedium of, because, to be honest, usually they don't have anything good. Sometimes they have apples and, like, pears and things of that nature, but in general, oh my god, they're so speedy. They got their Reeboks on today. That's, when I was a little kid, that's how we tested how shoes were quick. I don't know if you guys do that with your kids, but when I was a little kid, my parents would put the shoes on and they'd make me run around the store and they'd be like, alright, do you feel faster? Because if you don't feel faster, we're not going to buy them. And that's how the whole thing worked. Oh my. That's quite a crowd to target practice with. Let me make sure nothing's behind me. And I'm actually going to draw them off down the road as far as we can this way. We have food and water supplies, so I would like to keep them all just kind of down in the southwestern region if we can drag them there. So this is going to be a slow kiting experience so long as none of the quicker ones can reach me. Just continue shouting. Let me go ahead and I'm going to do a little bit of a sheepdog kind of Australian Shepherd move right here and see if I can circle them around and get them all to show up. Anybody that's owned a herding dog will understand that. When I was a little kid at Thanksgiving, my uncle had a dog that used to try and herd all of us. All of the kids, that is. He would kind of run around like nip at our heels to get us to like go in the right direction. It would be hilarious if there wasn't nipping involved. Got a signpost over here. We saw this in a previous episode. I'm loath to open fire as of yet. I don't think 30 bullets is going to cut it. I think I may have underestimated the amount of ammunition we're going to need to get this job done. But in any case, I'm going to continue baiting and switching as best as possible. We are in the throes of an extreme panic, so if we can get this swirling melee of chomping death off of our heels, I think we'll be okay, though. So hopefully I don't get winded. This would be a terrible time to get winded. We've got a rather large field right here that I think it might be worthwhile to draw them across and towards. These zombies appear to be on a mission. A mission towards what? I can assure you it's not a mission from Gad, as they would say in the Blues Brothers. I don't really know what they're up to. But this should take us into the town anyways. Perhaps we came across a airplane or something of that nature just flew over. I couldn't really tell you. I am going to sprint through town here, though, for now. It looks like we've got a zippy market. What's in there? Anything? Ooh, okay. So we might consider scavenging there. So we don't want the zombies centralized around this location. Ah, I hear a copter of the heli. So apparently it is the time for them to come to evacuations or something of that nature. I don't know why we've been getting so many helicopters lately, or if they're just a random occurrence that becomes more frequent as the world becomes darker and darker and they just keep piling just an extra brick. If we are a proverbial camel, then the aircraft are our proverbial bricks upon our brow and so forth. Well, I don't load bricks on my camel's brow. My camel's kind of picky about what you put on his brow. Like, he'll accept mascara in most cases, but bricks are where he draws the line. It looks like we've got a rather large grouping over here. This is the area we were scavenging before, so I don't really want to lead them down and into here, but we can definitely lose them if we can't. Ah, he saw me already. I tried to sneak, but I snuck too late. What can you do on those days where your sneak just won't snuck? It is what it is, my friends. It is a problem we must all live with. Those unfortunate snucks not sneaking properly. Well, I'm going to continue sprinting around the neighborhood and just kind of getting a general feel for what we can get done down here. There is some scavenging left to be done, and I know I promised you guys a bloodbath. We have our rifle, we have our boomstick, we are ready to go. I'm just kind of trying to decide where I want the standoff to end, because I'd like the zombies to be positioned in an area that really, potentially, I'm not going to return to anytime soon. So let's see how this works. Yeah, that's how we... Okay. All right. All right. That's acceptable. It's probably going to draw some ire our way, though. You guys have anything? Give me... Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to sprint by on this side, I think. Hopefully this mob is not obscenely large. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Oh, and we almost got bit. That is incredible. Oh, our reload speed is lowered. Okay. So we got one thing. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. So this may have been a horrible, horrible misjudgment. Let's continue reloading, though. We'll continue reloading. Keep our eyes on the prize. We did manage to take down a fairly sizable group of them, so I think we'll be okay. There's a few more there. There's 6 rounds in our shotgun. So unfortunately, there's no, like, Spaz 12 or whatever those crazy shotguns are, AA-12s or whatever, that just like saw entire crowds of people in half. We don't have one of those. If we did, I wouldn't feel quite as threatened by this situation, but that did a pretty decent amount of damage. I'm going to circle around and kind of do a body count, see how that left us. Looks like we killed quite a few. I can't say that it really got the job done substantially, though. I mean, you can stand your ground, it looks like. The shotgun is a fairly powerful weapon. The only gun that I've had the time to play around with is the handgun since I last played, and it seems like the shotgun has received a fairly sizable damage boost. So, I think all things put into place, we should be able to whittle this herd down, I think. I mean, I can't guarantee anything. I'm going to try and bob and weave as best as I can around that group, and then we'll try and circle them up. I mean, we are doing damage, so... The herd looks quite thinned. At a certain point, though, it becomes difficult to figure out exactly where they're all coming from. I'm going to walk on down the road here. We do have that herd behind us. We're hurting them, though. It's a little disappointing that we can't get in there and loot all the goodies that they're potentially dropping. We could probably find ourselves some fresh food to last for a reasonable amount of time. I know they drop apples, bananas, things of that nature. Why zombies have those on hand, I don't know. But the ones that zombies carry around are apparently completely and totally... immune to going rotten. And I am going to check behind me. Go away, inventory screen. Go away. Saboteur. Ennemi. If you guys have ever seen Blood Diamond, you'll get that reference. But that's kind of... I don't know how many people have seen Blood Diamond. Despite our panic, I'd be feeling pretty good right now if I was locking and loading and throwing down with the zombies. My panic level would be reduced seeing how much damage we were able to do with a few shotgun blasts. I think the potential damage we're doing, though, is a little offset by the fact that I'm not positive. I mean, we've drawn a lot of zombies into this area. That's one thing I can say about this, is we have drawn a lot of zombies into this region. Let's take a look at our shotgun shells. We only have 4 left, so yeah, we're not going to have enough to thin out this herd, unfortunately. We did kill some guys, though. We killed some guys, so that guy's got a baseball bat. Ooh, that's nice. I'll have to bear that in mind, that we should swing down through here in a little bit and kind of... Oh no, it's stuck again. Go away, thingy. Sometimes the inventory screen gets stuck. I know I brought this up in a previous episode and it just cost us a shotgun shell, but my inventory screen gets stuck to my clicker every now and again and it just makes me insane. It happens frequently enough to where it's a bug that I encounter enough to become frustrated by it. So there's 4 more down. Unfortunately... when there's hundreds of them, I just don't see 4 of them being a good enough dent in the population. So we're going to have to come back. We're going to have to hunt a little bit harder. But this region, the zombie population here has definitely kind of depleted a tad. So take a shot right there, maybe a shot right there, possibly a shot right there. Yeah, okay, that works. And that one's closing with me, so I don't want to waste shells on 1 zombie shots, which is what that would have been right there. We are going to continue circling as much as possible. Oh, they're headed back to the location. If you look at the way the zombies are moving, the ones that don't see me are going back to the original point of the first shot. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind, is that unless they have direct visual contact, we can use that to kind of conduct the horde, I guess. Or at least redirect them. Kind of use sleight of hand to get them where we want. So I suppose we'll kind of fire haphazardly here. Just kill as many as possible, and I believe we were out of ammo. So that's going to be about it for this first zombie slaughtering session. I think I should be able to lose them, though. Let's go ahead and we're going to cut back through here. Keep an eye behind us just to make sure. Alright, so there is a straggler following us. Let me go ahead and swap these things around. And once the nail bat is in my possession, I think we'll kill this guy. We'll do a tiny bit of scavenging for the day. And then once we've scavenged a tad, we'll head on back to our home. I don't know how many zombies are going to follow us up this way. One's hiding in the bushes right there. We've got a church. Let's see if... Oh, the door is open to the church. Okay, well, forget it then. We'll just go ahead and head on in. Doesn't appear to be anything lootable here. So we'll go ahead and just throw the window open and bail out there. Just another little bit of misdirection. I'm going to open up my inventory and let's eat one of these bags of chips really quickly before we make our trek back to our home, because it is raining now. I don't want to get ourselves too dripping wet. Unfortunately, our enthusiasm for the situation is not yet at that point, but I'm pretty happy about the way the whole zombie slaughtering operation went. I think we could realistically get away with looting this crowd right here. Let me draw this one straggler zombie back into the brush over here, and we'll see if we can do away with him without making too much of a racket. Maybe I'll jump into one of these houses and kind of see what there is to see. He's right behind me, isn't he? I think I saw him coming out. Oh, he forgot about me. Good. Well, that's perfectly fine then. I forgot about him too, so whatever. We'll be fine. Let's see if an alarm goes off here. Doesn't appear as though we have an alarm to deal with, so let me climb on through the window. Instead of leaving that open, we'll close that down and let's do a little bit of scavenging work. We've got some sheets, some pillows, some blouses. I always felt like, oh, this place is all bloodied up. Apparently something went down here. It was on like Tron up in this building. But there are some lootables, so just so our entire day isn't a complete and total waste of time, we might think about grabbing some of those. Another cooking pot, definitely something we want to have on hand when the time comes to restock ourselves. We have a lot of rotten food here. The ice cream, surprisingly, not rotten, strangely enough, so I'm going to eat it. Unless it's one of those things that is not labeled, but you guys saw it. Go back and pause it. It said that it wasn't rotten, so if it penalizes me, I'm going to become very, very downtrodden. I will feel persecuted, to say the least. Hey, you, cabinet, open. I command you. There we go. And so there's another little type cabinet over here in the corner that I've never seen. We got a golf club here. I'm probably going to bring that along with me, just in case. It's probably going to put us overweight, though, so we'll probably want to drop that into a tote bag here, along with anything else on hand that's really going to be weighing us down. A lot of the windows here are broken, but I'm terrified. I don't know. Maybe we should stay the night here. I don't necessarily like it, but I can live with it. And at this point, that's probably about the best that I can ask for, is just kind of that subtle differentiation between the two concepts, is that, like, I don't really want to stay here, but at the moment, it's almost 8:30. It's going to be too dark for us to get anything done anyways. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll spend the night here. We're going to spend the night afield, unfortunately, which I don't like doing, but I would like to loot all those zombie corpses back in there, see if there's any fruit, vegetables, anything of that nature that'll help us stay alive. So I'm going to fast forward the time a tad. We'll listen for the telltale squeakings and rappings of our zombie foes. Wait till I'm a little bit more tired. There we are. And then we will sleep through the eve. We have curtains and a door, so we should be okay. I don't think we'll have any problems. I don't feel amazing about sleeping right here, as I said, but all things considered, we'll probably be okay. Yeah, we made it through the night. And there's something intense about that situation, just kind of holing up in a house overnight. It's a little intense. It's a little intense, but let's go ahead and fill our water bottle. So our water bottle is now filled. I'm also going to reset our drinking timer from there. And let's go see what we can do with these dead bodies over here. I know there's going to be a lot of dead zombies. We're going to try and creep our way out as well as we can. We drew them off fairly well, so I'm not terrified right now. There are a few left. Let's see here. Mostly going to be clothes from what I can understand. A wedding ring. Oh god, I don't know what use that's going to be, but... the key is stuck for some reason. Just you? Alright. So there's a couple more. I'm tempted to check the durability of my bat. Because I could end up in a rather nasty situation here. And that's the sound telling us that I've leveled up again. Down he goes. Let's check these corpses real fast. Nothing that I really want. That wedding ring, a locket. I wonder if at some point those are going to have actual pecuniary value where you can like trade and barter for things. That'd actually be a really interesting situation that I think would be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and pick through the dead here. A wedding ring, I'll take that. I don't really know what it's going to be useful for, but I will take it. A wallet, a pen, I'll definitely take the pen. A duffel bag, there we go. That's one of the things that we've been sorely lacking lately. And so that's going to be nice. That's going to allow us to get rid of one of our tote bags. It's got a better capacity. Zombie has apparently been wandering around with a duffel bag over his shoulder. He was well packed. He's a zombie with a wardrobe. I can respect that. I can respect that. The zombie holocaust is no excuse to let yourself go to pot when it comes to... I'm definitely going to take the baseball bat. That is something that I absolutely refuse to leave behind. Just way too useful. Throw some of the random knickknackery in here, but we've already got a lot of things on hand, so we may have to make a second run in a little bit. Let's take a look at the rest of these bodies, just to make sure. Let's see here. Probably gonna make some friends as we get over into this region. That's okay, though. We'll just loot quick. Antidepressants, that's actually going to be useful too. We definitely want to get our hands on Zoloft or whatever it is that, that zombie has in his pockets. He's a depressed zombie. Undeath has not been kind to him. Let's see if we can find him here. I saw that in the loot list, the antidepressants, so we'll see whereabouts those are at. There they are. We're getting some remarkably positive sounding music right here, probably due to the fact that we just found antidepressants. The music has shifted along with our mood. Let me throw the band-aids in there. Everything else, I think we're pretty much full up, so we may have to make a run back to our house. God, that is a lot of zombies we've killed. How many have we actually killed in total? 209 zombies killed, and we're on day 20. We're doing pretty well. I hear a lot of people saying that they have a sizable amount of trouble getting past the first 5 or 6 days or so. Hopefully this LP has assisted you in your overall survivability. I can't guarantee that I'm giving you the greatest information possible because I'm new, but I'm not new at the game at the same time, and it's a weird situation to be in when you play a game that gets patched quite frequently because you get very used to the main game mechanics, but at the same time when new patch stuff comes out, you're not quite on the same wavelength as everybody else that's been in the beta or whatever. I haven't had the opportunity to be in Indie Stone's beta. They have a closed beta running right now for the newer versions of the game that I'd very much like to be a part of. So hey, Indie Stone, if you ever end up seeing this, hint hint nudge nudge, shoot me one of your beta codes. But anyways, let's go back to our house, and I'm gonna have to drop some stuff off. We're absolutely overloaded at the moment. That trip, all in all, it was sort of a waste of shotgun shells. I was under the impression we might find replacement ammo off of a lot of the enemies that we had killed. Unfortunately, that was not the case, so we've pretty much used up ammo with no real replacement. I'm going to take those strawberry seeds unless they put me overweight. Looks like I've already looted this locale, but I am going to check it real fast. Oh, maybe not. Oh, this place hasn't been looted at all, so let's go ahead and close that door on up. I think our overall gunfire has probably drawn a lot of the zombies out of the region a little bit out of our hair. Should allow us to feel a tad safer as time goes along, which is always a good thing. Safety in this game is one of those things. It's something that I'd like to see worked in as well. Safety, the perception of safety is an important thing in any survival situation. It keeps you from panicking. I would also like to see some like stat that allows you to get rid of that panic you see when you have like I can understand the panic that we would get from seeing zombies the first few times, but by day 20, this has got to be just about old hat to us. So I'd also like to see some stat like stoicism or something of that nature that allows us to pretty much mitigate the effects of panic as best as possible. I mean, there's probably some baseline amount of just like terror that goes along with your dead friends coming back to life and trying to eat you, but at the same time, you gotta kind of wonder, by a month into this whole ordeal, I think I would be pretty well acclimated to the situation. I'd be like, yeah, it sucks, but you know. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna make a cut for the house right now. I am gonna start searching zombies because you guys brought it up, so it's something that I should probably be doing. Searching zombies back when I played last was very, very difficult. They were incredibly hard to select on the ground, so I just didn't bother most of the time. But they can have useful stuff on them, so why not? That bat and that duffel bag were the key examples, so hopefully we don't come... Ooh. This could be a problem. I didn't realize we had such a crowd near our home. Let me check my bat real fast. It's got 50 condition. We've got another bat on deck, so I think for now we can say batter up and get rid of these guys. Let's see if we can draw in a couple of them for one swing there. There we go. Got a double kill. Oh, never mind. A single kill, and then one got bloodied up a little bit. There we go. So we'll drop him as well. That's another tip that I would have for you guys. If you're having trouble with the zombies, they get stuck on each other's corpses. Additionally, you can hit multiples of them at the same time if you let them get close like that right there. I understand that it's a little nerve-wracking to do so, but if you're trying to get rid of multiple zombies, something to consider, especially if they're slow movers like those guys were. Looks like we've got a bunch of blouses. I always felt like blouse should have like a special pluralization like bly. Picked up a couple blies. You know how it goes. Oh, and we got a speedy one coming after me. So let me go ahead and ditch the magazine there in my bag so that I can keep him at arm's length. And he tried to sneak up on me Assassin's Creed style from behind the building. He's like, I'm Ezio. I'm gonna get you. All excited about his wrist blades. And so down he goes. There we go. And so we've got another corpse to search. Anything? Nope. Nothing to stuff greedily into our pockets, but I do need to clear out this entire side of the house. That is a no-joke problem that needs to be solved. So if we can draw back a couple at a time, like I think I can deal with 3 or 4 at a time, because none of them seem to be super mobile. We can level up sprinting. We've got a bunch of XP. We have 2 skill points available. Interesting. I'm going to hold on to those until we get to carpentry, because I don't know if leveling up carpentry is going to allow us to build a little bit more quietly. One thing that I've heard about is that construction can be a little bit precarious because it's so loud. Did we kill both of them with that swing? No. Okay. There we go. And so that's a good kill right there. A nice clean... Oh, and that one just got angrier. I can't tell if the zombies are changing colors. Can you guys? They seem a little bit more green than they used to be. Which you'd think would be the opposite of what they would be right now. You'd figure that zombies would become more experienced. They would be less green as we go along, but... Color jokes aside... He's got a rotten strawberry. Oh, never mind. I threw those on the ground. Wait, what was that? Painkillers? Take those. Definitely take some painkillers. Tote bags, forks. I think these are all things that I threw out of the house a little bit earlier. I don't remember throwing out a tote bag, though. So that's something to think about. We will take the painkillers. Let's throw them in there. And let's finish off the last of these zombies south of the house, unless there's larger groups of them down there. I like how this was a combat episode. It felt like it flowed a little bit better. So that's 2 down. Well, 1, I suppose, for now. And then another one primed. Sifting through the loot. Looks like we just got clothing. I'm going to leave my zombies decent. I feel like one thing, it's bad enough. They're already undead. We don't have to leave them naked and indecent on the ground like some ridiculous Elder Scrolls loot fest. That always cracked me up in Elder Scrolls. Like, whoever came up with the fact that like you nudify people as you defeat them, it's almost like peeing on their grave. It's a little bit of a sacrilege type thing in my mind. Like, you've defeated them so badly that you just leave a hallway full of naked dead people. That was always my favorite part. I've been like, oh, I've been here. I used to think that all the time in Elder Scrolls. But like, have I been? Oh, yep, there's naked dead people everywhere. I've been here. So now I think we're about safe. So let me store the rest of this stuff. We're getting a pretty good supply of cabbage seeds and so forth. Probably throw... Where did some of that other stuff go? Well, got a magazine here. We'll throw that on the rack too. Just all kinds of stuff to hold on to. We've got some more weapons that we're going to have to store away, so let's do that. I'm going to put the shotgun away. Let me check the shotgun for a moment and make sure that it doesn't... Oh, it does have durability. That's fun. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to be able to find weapon cleaning kits or anything of that nature to make our lives a little bit easier. I hear zombies. That's not good. That's very, very bad. Alright, so we're going to have to deal with this situation. Let's go ahead and we're going to clear them all off as soon as we get this golf club put away. Hopefully there's not like an absurd amount of them. Okay, there's a couple on the window over here. That's fine, I can deal with that as long as there's not like 1,000 of them sitting outside like a horde got redirected towards our locale. That could be a problem, and he's probably knocking on the back door here. Yeah, there he is. But we're also damaging our door when we do that. Did you hear that knocky, knocky, knocky noise? That's bad. That's me damaging the door as I swing a baseball bat at it. So we don't have... Well, we actually do. I could actually start chopping some trees. I don't think you guys want to watch me play an episode chopping trees, though. That sounds a little boring. We can take an axe and we can chop down trees, for those of you that don't know, and then we can turn that into lumber so that we can build stuff. It's something to consider, but here's the thing. We have to move all that wood around somewhere, and that's where the problem lies, is like, how do we really move around a bunch of heavy lumber without a truck or anything of that nature? So that's something we're probably going to have to deal with at some point. I'm probably not going to be a big one for moving a lot of supplies around from here on out. I don't really know if I want to retreat to the northwest. There is a well up there, so we would have a renewable water source. Something to think about. But what else do we have here? Oh, that's right. I needed to have like a pantry or something in here. I forget where I put my pills. Let's figure out where we put our drogas and see if we can throw them in here. Nope, no drugs there. Maybe they were by the nightstand over here. I bet they were by the nightstand. Let's go take a look. Door? I command you to open. There we go. So the door has decided to open finally. I've got a belt just in case we got to give any unruly zombies a whipping. So let's throw the antidepressants in there, we'll throw the painkillers in there, and I think we're at about the point where I can break off the episode. We got a lot done today. I'm pretty happy with our all-out urban assault that we went kind of SWAT team on these guys. I hope you guys will choose to join me next time. I took a couple days off, but I am back now. I am actively recording for the first time. This is actually the first episode you'll see that isn't pre-recorded. I actually recorded this a few hours before I uploaded it, so bear that in mind. We are actively playing the game now. All the other episodes were pre-recorded like a week in advance because I felt like I needed a little bit of head-clearing space. I was feeling a little lost about what I wanted to do with the YouTube channel, things like that. I'm not quitting, obviously, God. Don't think that for a moment. I'm not quitting or anything like that. I just kind of was trying to figure out a direction, but now that I think I've got my focus, I've found myself a second wind and all that sort of deal. I think we're going to be okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there, everybody, and you know what? I can't wait. We're going to play a lot more Zomboid in the future, so I'll see you there.